Everybody knows that buying organic is a little bit more expensive than buying conventional. But our health is worth it, right? I mean, if we don't pay for organic food now, are we going to pay for health issues later? I tend to like to buy the organic products better. I tend to find it important for our health to lean more toward the organics. Lowering the cost of my groceries with the rise of inflation has been more important than eating organic. Well, I've decided to change that. I've decided to go back to buying as much organic stuff as I possibly can and eating a little bit healthier for our family. Since turning 50, just recently, I've discovered that I'm on a health journey. I've decided that weight loss is important to me, what I put in my body is important to me, and taking care of my family is important to me. So I'm going back to old school, the way that I used to do things, spending a little bit more than I probably have in the past, and eating a little bit better. Because my hobby is seeing how low I can get food, I decided to give it a shot with organics. So I've come up with 10 ways to save money on organic groceries. Number 1, cook from scratch. This is very important if you're trying to get away with the processed food and eat whole organic foods. It doesn't mean that you can't eat cookies, for example. It just means that you buy the organic flour, you buy the organic fair trade chocolate chips, and you make your own cookies. You can also control the sugar. Use less sugar, more fruit-based, maybe ground up dates or banana instead of so much sugar. Even honey or maple syrup is better than the processed stuff. This will help you save money when it comes to snacks. Better yet, don't eat snacks. If you're on a healthy journey, then you don't need to snack. Nobody says that you need to snack. Number 2, look for the clean 15 and know the dirty dozen. Now, I don't know these by heart, so I have a cheat sheet in front of me. The dirty dozen are the things that you should always buy organic. These are the things that get sprayed with pesticides the most. These are the 12 things that bugs like to eat the best. Strawberries, and really all berries, spinach, kale and other greens, nectarines, grapes, peppers, cherries, peaches, pears, celery, and tomatoes. If you noticed, most of those have a very thin skin. So there's really nothing to protect a strawberry, for example, from those pesticides. You eat the skin, you eat the outside, so you're gonna want to find the organics of these dirty dozen and purchase those. If you can't afford to buy any other organic produce, then stick with the dirty dozen. Now the clean 15 are those 15 things that don't really get sprayed. Bugs don't seem to like them, so they don't bother spraying with pesticides, or they have a thicker skin. Avocados, sweet corn, but make sure the corn is non-genetically modified. Pineapple, because bugs aren't going to want to try to get to that scaly, spiky center. Onions, papaya, peas, asparagus, honeydew melon and cantaloupe, kiwi, cabbage, mushrooms, and sweet potatoes. Those are safe enough for you, if you can't afford it, to lean more toward those instead of getting the organics on those. If you can afford it and you find them they're on sale, by all means, get them. Get them all. A couple other ones that I have actually heard are broccoli and cauliflower. Those don't necessarily have to be purchased organic because they have a bitter taste and bugs don't seem to like those either. However, I buy them organic because there's no skin on them. Number 3, buy seasonal. This is a little bit hard for us here in the cold weather climates because we don't really have a great winter season. Potatoes and squashes are in season in the winter. Sometimes oranges will come from Florida. They're semi in season. But really for us, there's There's nothing in season in the middle of January. There just isn't. So we have to kind of play with this a little bit. And when things are in season, that's when we buy. So if we're buying during the spring, summer, and fall in season, then we can compensate for the stuff that we don't buy in season in the winter. Many times the farmers at the farmers market, even if they don't say it's organic, it might very well be grown without pesticides, but in order to get that organic symbol, they have to belong to a specific society that you have to pay to claim that you are actually organic and have your stuff tested. So just ask at the farmer's market, do you grow with pesticides? And that will probably help a little bit for you. Number 4, grow as much as you can. Again, in a colder climate, this is really hard to do all year long. But when you do have some decent weather, grow what you can. That doesn't mean a whole lot. 1 tomato plant, 1 cucumber plant, and a flower box full of lettuces will at least give you organic salads all summer long. Many people are saying now that they're pulling in their plants and growing them inside all year long. So being able to have a lemon tree in upstate New York all year long is kind of a pretty big accomplishment. Having cucumbers, lettuce, peppers, and even strawberries growing inside all year long will certainly save you money on organic products. And number 5, we touched on this a little bit before. Buy local, buy from farms. Whether it's the farmer down the street who's got eggs at a better deal than you can find them in any grocery store right now, or saving up to buy half of a cow for the beef, chickens, turkeys during Thanksgiving, or pork, you know if you've seen the farm and visited these animals that they're treated well, they're raised humanely, and they're raised without antibiotics. The same goes for the farmer's market and the vegetables that I touched on last tip. Sometimes you can find better prices on a roadside stand than you can at the farmer's market. I know for us around our area, the farmer's markets tend to be a little bit pricey. We're better off finding roadside stands that are selling the extra produce from their gardens than going to the farmer's market for produce. But they're everywhere here. Take a peek around. If you live in a more rural community, you might be able to find some roadside stands that are selling cucumbers for 25 cents a piece. Number 6, meal plan. I harp on meal planning all the time, but if you're going to be spending more money on groceries and it's important for you to eat organic, then you're going to want to meal plan. Meal planning will help you save money knowing what you're going to eat for the entire week, making a plan and sticking to it. If you're looking for help on meal planning, I'm going to leave a link below to my free meal planning toolkit that can help you get started on that. Whether it's organic or conventional, meal planning is important. More so if you're spending more money on the food. Number 7, shop around for the best prices. Now, I was looking at some of my local grocery stores. The higher end grocery stores are a little bit pricier for organic meats than some others. I was looking at Price Chopper and I was finding $7 a pound for organic chicken. I was looking at Walmart and they're getting about $6.25 per pound for organic chicken breast, and Aldi is getting $5.99 a pound. The same goes for BJ's, $5.99 a pound for organic chicken breasts. Those are the price comparisons that I have in my area. The ground beef is similar prices. $5.99 is the best price that I found for organic grass-fed ground beef, and that's at Aldi as well. Now, I know not everybody has Aldi, so I highly suggest that you keep an eye on the prices and the sales in your area. Sometimes Whole Foods, I know people kid around and say that they're more like Whole Paycheck than Whole Foods, but they have some really, really great sales when they have sales. You also might want to look for sales at your local butcher. Sometimes your local butcher will have grass-fed meat and organic chicken that you want to look into. They might give you a better deal if you buy a package. Which leads me to number 8, buy in bulk. Consider big box stores like Costco, BJ's, and Sam's Club for bulk, but also consider butchers and restaurant supply stores. Sometimes restaurant supply stores will allow non-businesses to purchase from them. We have a great place that allows you to do that for baked goods. They also send out a damage list once a week, and many of the times the stuff on that is organic. For example, you can get a 50-pound bag of organic bread flour for $25 if it's on the list that month. Again, if you're buying in bulk, consider that farmer who's selling a half a cow, quarter of a cow, half a pig, chickens, eggs. He or she might be able to hook you up for bulk meat. Number 9, if you have salvage stores around you, look there for organic stuff as well. We don't have anything close by, but I have traveled to a neighboring state before just to check it out during nice weather when we're passing through anyway. And I was able to get a lot of organic products from them. A lot of organic produce that they had, which kind of looked like seconds. They were fine. They may have been a little bit bruised, but they were still fine. And a lot of processed organic snacks too. For such a cheap price, it's okay to grab those things that you don't have to cook from scratch. And number 10, this to me is huge. Don't waste food. Do not let that casserole dish that you made on Tuesday sit there for 2 weeks without being eaten. If you're not going to finish it by Thursday, portion it out and put it into freezer containers for a quick lunch or a meal later on down the road. Do not let your food go bad. Do not let those cucumbers go bad in the bottom of the drawer, especially if you paid $3.29 for an English cucumber because it's organic. You do not want it going bad. Eat the cucumber. Let's go for a zero waste food mentality when it comes to our groceries. And here's a quick bonus tip for you. When you're looking at meat, you want to look for certain buzzwords. When you're looking at beef, you want grass-fed, grass-finished. Those are your buzzwords. When you're looking at seafood, you want sustainably caught. This goes for salmon, wild caught, sustainably caught, not farm-raised salmon. You want to stay clear of that. You also want to go pole line caught is another buzzword to look for. And it also goes for canned tuna fish too. For chicken, you want to look for free range and pasture raised. Those are the two buzzwords that need to happen. You want to kind of avoid vegetarian fed for chicken because you want chickens to be out in the pasture looking for bugs. Chickens eat bugs. Vegetarian just means they just had a whole bunch of genetically modified corn. Pork is a little bit different because the way that pork is raised, according to the USDA, is a little bit different than beef or chicken. So you can kind of get away with conventional pork as opposed to organic pork because of the laws and guidelines that farmers have to raise pork with. If you want to make sure that your pork is the healthiest pork, then you can look for organic or pasture raised. We've decided to make healthy organic foods a priority for us. So if this means that we're buying less of something else, like snacks, for example, in order to afford the more expensive organic products, then that's a decision that we have made. My health and the health of my family is more important to me than buying snacks or processed foods. It's more important to me to make my own bread, which is down in the bread machine right now, I can smell it, than it is to buy a loaf of highly processed conventional bread, even if it's cheap. Let's face it, the bread that I'm making, organic bread that I'm making downstairs in the bread machine right now, is going to cost me about 32 cents for the loaf. The cheapest bread that I can find at Walmart is $1.17 a loaf, and it's nowhere near as delicious and healthy as the one that I'm making downstairs. So if buying and eating organic and eating healthy is more important for you than the price, that doesn't mean that you can't find a good deal on organics too, and be mindful of the price that you're spending. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I truly appreciate you and have a great day. Bye-bye.